September 9th, Noble County Board meeting to order. We have two renewals. RR 5731808 Beer, Wine and Liquor Restaurant. It's Franchise Corporation in Fairview Boulevard in Kendallville. Doing business is Applebee's Neighborhood Bar and Grill. The second one is DL 5732915 Beer and Wine Dealer Grocery Store. Doing business is Albion Quick Stop at 215 South Orange Street in Albion. Those are two renewals. Are there any violations?
No violations.
No violations, so do I ask a motion for these renewals?
I make a motion to renew.
We got a motion,
Second?
we got a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Renewals approved. Okay, the next, or I assume that we can go ahead and,
Yeah, I'll swear him in. If you can raise your right hand for me. Please solemnly swear or affirm under the penalty of perjury that the answers you've given on your application or any answers you may give to any questions asked by this board to be the truth, whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes.
Thank you. Okay, you can go ahead.
okay, RR 5742818 Beer, Wine and Liquor Business El Pacifico at 108 South Cabin Street in Ligonier. Doing business is El Pacifico. This is a new application.
Collect your affidavit. Good. And then if you could state your name for the record, please.
Alejandra Uribe.
Spell your first name.
ALEJ.
If it's easier, you can spell it for her.
ALEJANDR.
And then what was the last name?
URIB as in boy, E.
Okay, so same. Okay. And then is she the owner? Then?
Yeah.
Okay. And then I guess if you just want to tell us about the application for the beer, wine, and liquor permit.
So it's been, I think, what, 10 years, more than 10 years now with just like just beer, wine. And recently, about 3 years ago, we opened up another restaurant in Syracuse, and that one has a river permit, so we're able to sell a little bit more liquor, you know, and people love it. We've over there, we have very common customers that go to both locations, and now there has been a strike with customers that, you know, they go to Ligonier and they think it's, you know, it's the same permit, you know, it's not like they just don't.
They're expecting the same thing
They're
in both locations.
expecting the same thing, and we did like a bucket of like, we asked a lot of our customers that go in regularly, like, hey, would you guys like if, you know, we applied for this, like, you know, we want to see what you guys think. And a lot of them were like, you know how much more, like, you know how many like more times we would come in if you guys had that ability. And thankfully, after more than 10 years, we've never had a problem with the Alcohol or Tobacco Commission, like at all. Like, we haven't had a fine. And after talking with them, you know, and kind of like, should we do it? We decided on doing it. Just, you know, we keep a pretty strict, like boundary with like our customers and how much they drink, and, you know, not allowing people to like party in the restaurants, like keeping it a family thing, but like allowing people to have a little drink, you know, to like, our food is really good. So like, you know, a good margarita on the side, like makes people like, like we get them told, like, they're like, oh my God, like, these tacos and this margarita was like the best thing I've ever had. So like, you know, allowing our customers to have that in Ligonier, like, it's just a plus. We're not doing it to, you know, like make a negative impact on our customers in Ligonier or other businesses. We're doing it for our own and, you know, our customers that we have. So it's not, we've thought about it for a really long time. It's not like, you know, day to night we were like, let's do it. Like, we want to do it. Like, first we had to ask and see, you know, like, is this even available in Ligonier? Because I know like a lot of like the permits are very limited in Ligonier because of how small our town is. And then once I got a hold of Marianne, who she's been doing work for us for about like 5 years maybe, so she's been doing all of that. I asked her first there was a no. She was like, "There's nothing available," and then once we started doing the renewal for just the beer and wine, she was like, "Actually, there's a chance." So again, I spoke to my parents, and they were like, "Well, like let's give it a shot. Like, you know, the worst that could happen is we get rejected and we just continue on like a normal business, just beer and wine." And we've made it up to this point. So yeah, we
So basically, operational wise, everything's gonna be the same, just
Yes.
adding liquor to the restaurant.
yes, and you know, obviously just again asking everybody for an ID. We've never had like altercations like with customers. They just get really, really upset when we like reject the fact that we don't want to sell them a beer and we have to explain the whys and the ifs. If somebody were to come in and see that there's somebody drinking, they could ask you for an ID. And if you don't have it, we get in trouble.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm like, and sometimes like we don't want to add like a little like scarier effect, but like we have to because a lot of these people don't understand that like it's not $1,000 fee. It's way more than that. And I'm like, and there's more things that could happen to the point where we no longer can serve alcohol. Like, you know, and my mom's like, you don't have to be that dramatic. And I'm like, well, sometimes like people don't understand a simple no. So, I mean, thankfully we haven't had all like big altercations with customers. They tend to understand. Especially the younger people. They get upset, but it's never been like a, oh, like, well, this place sells to me. Well, you can go back to that place. Like it's just that simple.
Mhm.
And so when we decided to do this, we told the rest of our staff, like, hey, like if we're gonna do this, we're gonna need you guys all to like consistently, like it's a like, you know, like if they look over 40 and they're sitting with somebody that's 18, like it honestly makes them feel good when you ask them for an ID too. I'm like, so ask, like it really does. Like I have people who are like, oh hey, like so what are you gonna ask me for your ID too? And I'm like, oh yeah, like let me see your ID. And then they laugh about it. Like we make a whole joke about it. So, you know, and everybody's, you know, they understand where we're coming from. So now with this permit, you know, people saw that big orange sign on our window and they were like, oh, so what's going on now? And I'm like, well, we're applying for, you know, to have liquor. You know, and they're like, oh, so that means margaritas. And I'm like, well, if we get the approval that sounds like it, and they're like, oh, like they get super excited. And then they go and find her and they're like, oh my God, it's about time. Like, you know, so it's something exciting that everybody's looking forward to, including us, but I think our customers are way more excited. So yeah, I think it's been a long time in the books, but
Okay,
Oh,
discussion, questions from you guys?
I don't have any.
we can go ahead and act on this. Okay, we got, for renewal to add the liquor to El Pacifico Restaurant. Do I have a motion?
I make a motion, we.
We have a motion and a second.
Second.
Second, all in favor signify by saying aye.
All right,
Aye. Motion carried.
good to go?
and I guess I do have a question now. So obviously I know this has to be put into the system,
Mhm.
before anything, you know, happens. But as far as like, how long do we wait? Cause
So,
like with
yes.
Syracuse being, you know, already liquor, cause I know with the beer and wine, it was a little bit different where like when we got approved in Syracuse, when we first started the whole process of the alcohol license, I think April was the one that told us that like we could move beer from Ligonier to Syracuse, but I don't know if it's because it's liquor, it works a little bit different.
So this will go to the state next Tuesday,
Mhm.
for final approval. And then once April's back, she comes out and does your final walkthrough and signs off on it. Then they'll get your permit active.
Okay,
If your two restaurants are under the same LLC,
yes,
then you can share products between the two. You just
Okay.
have to make sure you invoice it. So if you take something from Ligonier to Syracuse or vice versa, you have to create an invoice paperwork to track that.
okay,
That way, if we need to see where you know, where product is going, you can show us.
Okay, and I know, I don't remember what is happening with all this. I know last time when we came in for the renewal thinking that it was this, April had said something about our license being no carryout, and she had asked me to ask Marianne if we could do a carryout. Is this a carryout or no
They
carryout?
don't come with carryout anymore, so you'll have to have Marianne file a supplement to request carryout.
Okay, yeah, cause April was like, you have a non-carryout application, ask Marianne, cause it's the same price. She was like, just to,
Yeah, there's no fee to it, but they used to all come with carryout. They don't come with carryout anymore.
okay,
So you just have to do that supplement and she can send that in and then they can add carryout to the license.
okay, yeah, I just didn't know what was.
Yeah, so you're good to go until, like I said, April will reach out to you, get your inspection done, get that completed, and then that'll get your permit active and, Marianne will keep track of that. Once she sees it's active, she'll let you know. And then at that point, you guys can start placing orders for liquor. Alright, thank you.
Okay,
Yep,
thank you.
Alright.
And if I come for a taco and margarita, you can pardon me.
Oh, I tell the girls, and I'm like, honestly, it's like a scary experience when like they come in with somebody younger, and I'm like, and they do it to gas stations, they do it to liquor stores, and I'm like, and honestly, like they'll just sit down like anybody else, and I'm like, and they'll ask, can I have a beer? And I'm like, and if you say, yeah, what kind, and you don't like, at any point you don't ask for a license, and I'm like, oh, you're not getting a little paper that says you passed. I'm like, I don't know what happens because we always pass. And I'm like, but I'm pretty sure it's not anything good. And they're like, oh, okay. So like they all know that there's like a test. And I'm like, usually when we go through these like renewal process or like, you know, new applications, I'm like, this is what happens. So they're all, and I don't scare them, but I tell them, I'm like, you better not make me lose my license. And then they laugh about it and they're like, oh, okay, so like, you know, and so I have to like, we literally train, like, you know, they're younger. So I'm like, even if you're out there, I'm like, you're not the one serving the beer, you have to ask. I'm like, it shouldn't be the person who's taking out the beer with the beer in their hand, asking for a license. It should be the opposite way before we even get there. So yes, if you go for tacos and a margarita, I will card you.
Thank you.
Have a nice day.
Yep. No other questions or?
Nope.
Meeting to adjourn, so.